With major winter weather expected to move in this weekend, many homeowners are thinking about staying warm and safe, but there's another piece of protection that often goes overlooked until it's too late: homeowners insurance. From frozen pipes to roof damage and power outages, winter storms, they can take some serious tolls on your home. And joining me now is Miss Alana Grant, a realtor, to break down why homeowners insurance is so critical during severe weather like we are expected to have this weekend. Again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having
So
me.
first off, we want to talk about homeowners insurance. First off, how important is it to have homeowners insurance?
So for many people, if you're getting a mortgage to pay for your homeowner's insurance is required. And so they require that you have the policy and that you have it in place to start the day that the ownership is in your name. And so I always recommend that you do your shopping and find a policy that meets what it is that you need, that covers the entire, if you had to rebuild your entire home, that it would cover the value of that. And like I said, it's required, but it's really important that you pay close attention to it and that you have it in place before an emergency.
Absolutely. And when it comes to winter storms, what are the damage or what are the types of damage that is typically covered by homeowner insurance? When you think about frozen pipes or a water heater bursting or things like that, what are some of those things that insurance covers?
So insurance covers like emergencies or unexpected tragedies, if you will, that happen to a home. And so I tell people to think like a fire or flood or vandalism or theft or something like that that would cover an emergency. And so for example, over like the career that I've had, particularly in Colombia, I've seen roofs that have been replaced from a hailstorm that happened in Colombia. The flood there were so many, basement repairs and different things like that that happened, and that was covered with home insurance.
Now, what are some things that homeowners insurance may not cover that may surprise a lot of people?
So homeowners insurance does not cover what's called wear and tear on a home. And so if you think major appliances like my refrigerator or my HVAC unit or something like that you use every day in your house but would be a major expense to repair or replace, homeowners insurance policies normally don't, which is why I, as an agent, always recommend that my buyers get home warranties. And we normally can make sure that those are in place as well on the day of closing. And so I like to use comparisons so folks really understand. I tell people to think for home insurance, think emergencies. For home owners, for home warranty programs, I tell folks to think regular wear and tear that would still cost you money, just not as much as like rebuilding an entire house.
Absolutely. And with today being Friday,
Yes.
and that those storms are expected to come tomorrow evening, can a homeowner warranty, can that kick in fast enough for folks if they want to go and get it today?
Sure. Like if you want to go and get your home warranty policy today, I'd say go get on the phone right now, and get that home warranty policy if you don't have one. They normally last a year, but you can get them every year and they can be renewable. They can be set up on automatic payment. Like home warranties are really important because they keep people in a home that's operating. I won't tell you how many HVAC units go out in July when it's really hot, and how many people have to spend their vacation money on making sure that they have air conditioning in their home. But the same could be said for when it's cold like this. Sometimes if you lose your heat, now is not the time. And so you want to make sure that you have both of those, the homeowner's insurance and the home warranty, in place. Again, it's always best to have it in place as soon as you own the home and to keep them in place. But I tell people that they work best together, but they have very separate functions.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because we are learning here today, because
Yes.
obviously I had no idea the difference between the homeowner's insurance and a warranty. So for frozen pipes, if they burst or anything like that, does the warranty cover that, or is there another avenue that folks can take?
It depends on the damage. And so if a pipe bursts and it floods, that's likely going to be something from the home insurance company. If the pipe burst and it doesn't have significant damage, that might be something for the home warranty policy. Now, I use the word might over and over again and depends and all that stuff because what I always recommend is that you read the fine print on your insurance policy and on your warranty policy, because sometimes that will help you determine who you need to call for what.
Absolutely. So in the event that a pipe does burst for someone this weekend, and it floods, how soon should they file the claim or make a call? Talk about that process.
I would say to call immediately. I always tell people to document. And so if, for example, you have an insurance company or a warranty company that says, yes, we could have someone out in, 2 business days, but you don't have 2 business days and you have to go and get your own plumber or something like that, I tell people to document. So if you have to take action for yourselves, you want pictures, but you also need receipts of any money that you spent, because sometimes it's a case of reimbursement as opposed to them coming out themselves. But that's why I say read that fine print, because I've seen where insurance companies say you can only use our contractors, or if you use your own contractor, they have to be licensed and bond. But it's really fine print, and so you want to make sure that you read through that policy and call your rep. Ask them to go through your policy and explain it from top to bottom, because it's a large document and it's small print. And so you want to be able to make sure that you have a really good understanding of who is responsible for what.
Absolutely. And we also want to talk about those red flags for homeowners who may not have reviewed their policy in a very long time. What are some of the red flags that they might be underinsured headed into this winter storm this weekend?
I would always tell people to look at the value of your home, because sometimes what a couple of agents and myself have seen is that if they have damage that has happened to their house and they're going to say, okay, homeowners insurance policy, we need you to come in and fix this or rebuild this house. Even with the fires that were happening New Year's Eve, where we saw kind of the same thing. If they have not updated the cost of your home, like say you bought the house in 2000, it was worth $100,000, but today it would cost $300,000 to rebuild the same house that you may have only got insured for $100,000 for. And so seeing if they have a gap clause in there, like all of those things are really important, and I highly recommend talking to an insurance agent about it.
Absolutely. And what are a few things that homeowners can do right now before this weather hits? We know it's expected to hit sometime on Saturday, to kind of just avoid, claim issues later.
One of the things you could do is making sure that when it's really cold that you turn on all the faucets and that they have like kind of the drip going, and also that you open up the cabinets of under anything, specifically with pipe bursting. You want to make sure that you've done everything that you can. Even when I go into some listings and I'm showing houses in the cold, you'll see that some listing agents have come by already and they have turned on those sinks, and you'll hear like it's kind of a slow drip and you'll see the cabinets are open. That's an indication that you have a listing agent that it's like, hey, we want to make sure that there's no damage happening to a house that no one is living in and we won't know. And so I recommend that not only just for homeowners who are living in their home, but for folks who are selling their homes right now as well.
Absolutely. And with the documentation that you said, it's important to document. Talk about the ways that folks can document any of the damage that happens to their home during these winter storms.
Pictures work great, and we all have phones now, and so that's great. But I say pictures, I say keeping receipts if you have to call a technician of any kind out to your home, and I say email. You can call as well, but send an email so that every interaction that you have with your insurance company or your home warranty company has a paper trail.
Absolutely. So I don't want to get you bombarded with so many questions, but if folks want to reach out to you and they may have more questions about homeowners insurance versus a warranty, how can they get in contact with you?
Sure. My website, www.alanaismyrealtor.kw.com, or they can find me on any social media platform at Alana Grant.
All right, Alana. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you guys for watching.